Suburban Sentinel here in the backyard of the old homestead on kind of a dreary Sunday morning, having coffee with the critters. A few months ago, I really decided to get serious about our family's health, mostly for prepping reasons. I made a video on the importance of good health and fitness to preppers, and I'll leave the link to that foundational video in the comments section below. Anyway, as part and parcel of keeping on top of our family's health, I wanted to develop a strategy with respect to vaccinations. Like most people in the past, we only got vaccinations when the previous vaccinations were about to expire or when it was medically necessary. In thinking about that particular strategy, that's kind of a bad idea for preppers. Because suppose, for example, that just as your vaccinations expire, there is a widespread emergency wherein medical help and or vaccines are unavailable or very hard to come by. So my solution to that was, instead of getting vaccinations when they were due, is to get them when it was medically permissible. So in other words, the earliest possible time. So late last week, I went into the doctor to get a Tdap vaccine. And for those of you unfamiliar, Tdap is this stuff, if this will focus. It's tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis, also known as whooping cough. And these are three easily preventable diseases. Here's Waldo coming in for breakfast. Anyway, I ran into two issues with respect to this new early vaccination strategy. So I figured I would share how I address those issues with the hopes that it benefits some of you out there in prepping land. The first issue was dealing with my doctor's office. Now, I have a very good working relationship with my doctor and her staff. And before I do anything out of the ordinary, I like to go talk to the office manager to make sure it's, one, something they can do, and two, make sure that it goes as smoothly and as easily as possible. So when I explained to the office manager what I wanted to do, I saw immediate hesitation. And I could read between the lines very simply. She said to me, and this is the office manager, that, "Oh, I'm not sure your health insurance carrier," yes, I know, you're very handsome, "that I'm not sure your health insurance carrier will cover the cost of the vaccinations before they are medically necessary or before they expire." And reading between the lines, that means it's very little money for the doctor's office with potentially a lot of billing aggravation. Now, I am and wish to remain a preferred customer with my doc's office. And I did a whole series of videos on being a preferred customer with different businesses, and I'll leave a link to the first video in that series in the comments section below as well. So I really didn't want to waste their time, waste my time on correspondence back and forth with the insurer, so I proposed the following, which was immediately agreed to. Rather than trying to bill the carrier for these vaccinations for myself and my wife, I told the office manager, "Look, do not put this through the carrier. I will pay the office $50 in cash every time one of us comes in for a vaccination." Now, when vaccinations are ordinarily done, the reimbursement rates on shots from the carrier are extremely low, so they make very little money on them to begin with. And if there's a billing headache, it actually costs them money in the long run. So by us paying $50 essentially per vaccination, they're making more than double what they would have if it went through the carrier and there are no billing issues. Rather than me being a jerk saying, look, I'm the customer, make it happen, if I just pay them a little bit of money, their office is satisfied. My wife and I have peace of mind that this is taken care of, and it really didn't cost that much. I would hate to be on my deathbed from either tetanus, diphtheria, or whooping cough for this vaccine saying, well, yeah, I could have lived through this, but at least I saved the $35 that the carrier wanted to go through this. Paying out of pocket, everybody's happy, and there's not a blizzard of paperwork going back and forth, and I'm not wasting my time dealing with the insurance carrier and reading letters and correspondence from the doctor and the carrier and everybody else. As I said in that last video, nothing is more precious than time. I would rather waste money than time, and I don't consider getting vaccinations a waste of money. I'm buying peace of mind. Second issue, trying to get my wife into the doctor to get her vaccinations. It just wasn't a priority for her. I tried making appointments on her behalf. I'm too busy, too this, too that. I tried nudging her, and that just got me in a little bit of trouble. So I decided to pursue a different strategy. Like most women, my wife has an affinity for little tiny stones and shiny bits of metal that come in little boxes from jewelry stores. So anyway, I went and bought my wife a little bauble from our trusted local jeweler, but she's not getting it from me directly. I went over back to my doctor's office and saw my friend, the office manager, and have a little arrangement wherein upon my wife coming in for her Tdap vaccines, she will be given this piece of jewelry. It's kind of the carrot method. And being a preferred customer, the office manager was more than happy to do this. And as a matter of fact, she even gift wrapped it for me because I, like most men, suck at wrapping things. My wife does not know what I bought her. And in fact, I had my doctor's office manager call my wife at work telling my wife what I had done and that a piece of jewelry was waiting for her at the office so long as she comes in for her vaccines. And guess what? Magically, my wife's schedule cleared up and she's going in tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So there you have it, some prepper healthcare strategies and solutions. It's not easy being the family healthcare Nazi, but no one ever said prepping would be cheap or easy. So thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. Prep and be safe, everybody.